everyone, what's going on? Welcome to today's installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And it's been a little over 2 weeks now since I actually used the camera. When we were on vacation, kind of filmed a little bit of, the last day and our trip home from vacation. So, yeah, we're back in Ohio now. We've been in Ohio, like I said, for a little over 2 weeks now. And we do have a familiar vehicle here with us today. That's right, the 1995 Pontiac Grand Prix SE is back. I'm really surprised about the video or the view response that I had on this car. We did an idle air control valve on this car, and we were going to do the front brakes, but everything up front is seized. This car being a 95, and sadly it's just about to turn over 87,000 miles. So there's just a lot of rot, a lot of rust. The car sat for a very long time, and when it was driven, it was only driven very, very little by some old lady that my dad ended up buying this car off of. But yeah, she's about to turn 87,000. She might even do it with us while we have it here today. So, but yeah, strangely enough, we have another idle issue. Yeah, that's weird, huh? We thought we had resolved that issue. Well, we did. This is something that has just developed. So, let's go ahead and start it up. And right now it's doing pretty well. On the way here, it was running a little higher, and then it calmed down. And as you can see, it's still about normal right there. It's not at full temp yet. This is the second time that it's been started today. It's still pretty early in the morning. Well, it's going on noon. So yeah, we replaced the idle air control valve because this car was running high idle. This was a few months ago, actually, and my dad said ever since we replaced it, the idle on this car has been really good. It's been normal. It seems to be doing normal now, but over the last couple of days, my dad said he'll start it up sometimes and it'll idle anywhere between 15 to 2,000 RPM. And when it's in gear, it stays around 1,600. So either, we have a faulty idle air control valve, which I don't think is the case. I think it's something else. And I was right. I went over to my dad's house the day that he told me about it, and I found the problem. So today we just have to fix it. So let me show you guys what we got going on. Let's pop the hood. Let's open up the hood. All right, and she's got the classic 3100 V6. So yeah, she's running good now. Here's our brand new idle air control valve. Like I said, I didn't think that was the problem, so I started suspecting. Actually, the day that I went over there, it was running really high, and I thought I heard what was a vacuum leak. So I started to kind of, mess with our vacuum lines here. We have this vacuum line running from the fuel pressure regulator. Goes all the way into the backside of the map sensor, and then it goes into, from there the map sensor plugs into the plenum. That seems to be okay. We have this vacuum line here for the fresh air tube, crankcase ventilation tube, basically. It runs from here and it goes all the way into the back valve cover. And from what I can see, it is still in place. That leaves us with this line here. So, PCV valve. This line goes up here, and it And there's a grommet that goes right here into the plenum, right behind the throttle body, or in front of it. Then that line comes back here, and from there, on this car, it goes somewhere down in there. And that's kind of where it's, I think, a little bit different than the 34. The 3400, it goes into the evap purge. And here, it might actually go, I can't tell from here. But anyway, that's our problem. So this grommet here, I think, is completely deteriorated. We can move this line back and forth. See? And that's what it was doing the day that I went to see the car. So you can hear the hiss, we have it out of place. And if we wiggle it back in that way, it seats a little bit better. So I think the grommet, if you guys have been watching these videos for years, when I had my Aztec, I had to replace this line also because these grommets deteriorate. And I'm pretty sure that's what happens here, because this shouldn't really move like that. See? So when it's seated in there right, the engine comes back down to normal idle. And that's perfect idle right there. Perfect. So basically what we have to do today is we're gonna make a junkyard run. It's the first time we've had to go to the junkyard in a long time, actually. So we'll shut this off. And we got to pull that out of there. Now I have to figure out where exactly that goes in on this car. I don't know if it may be able to just detach from that part of the line. I was always under the assumption that the line is one unit. There shouldn't be a whole lot to this particular process to get that line out of there, because we have this throttle cable bracket. There's two bolts here on top, and there's a bolt down there, but I think if we just undo these top two, we should be able to get some more play in that that bracket there, and we should be able to get that line out of there no problem. I believe those are 10s. I brought up 10 and 8 because I think it's either one of them two, and I think 10 is the correct number. Ooh, it's tight. There we go. Probably nice and toasty at this point. Forgot to put my blue gloves on. There we go. So there's one. We'll just set that up there. Let's see if we can get this other one out. You see how that bracket already moved. There's two. Yeah, so we have a little bit more play in there. So we... Oh, there's nothing on there. I think it's completely gone. We might need 2 hands for this. First off, we'll just pull it off of here. Try to get it out of there. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there's no grommet or anything on that. There's no seal. It probably got sucked into the engine at some point in time. Yeah, look at that. So there's nothing really on there that seals that from letting the vacuum in. Now the next question is, where exactly does this line go? It's a little bit different than like the 3400s. The 3400s have an evap purge right here, and that's usually where they tie into. The purge on this might be a little further down. You know what, the evap purge may be on the back side of the engine, might be mounted directly to the back side. I tore one of these apart at school. I think I'm looking at it right there. So wait, where's that line at? Okay, right in there. Yeah, there she is. She's right on the back side of the engine right here. It goes into that evap purge. So on these, right underneath these coil packs here, there's an evap purge right there. And that line is connecting pretty much right under that electrical connector. So that's where that is on this engine. What I did was I unplugged the connector to the evap because it's right on top, and then you can see right there, once that connector is unplugged, I was able to pull that line away from the evap purge. So at this point, that line is completely free. Just got to remember how it's routed. So it's, obviously it's running through here. It's running underneath the spark plugs. It's running back behind these harness here. I think that's pretty much all we really have to remember. It's just kind of tucked in. Let's see if we can wiggle it out of here. There we go. All right. All right, so this is the whole line right here. This being an earlier version of this engine might be a little bit different. This whole line is obviously shaped different, so we can't use anything from probably the 3400. We have to make sure we can find a 31, and that shouldn't be that big of an issue. And then this PCV valve here, I hear it. It's free. It's not stuck. We can see the little check valve in there moving. We might just leave this alone, to be honest with you, because these boots will crack. And this one actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. So I just took it off of the line. I'll just stick it back in the valve cover for now. So maybe we'll get some, like brake clean, hose it off, dry it out, and then just let it go from there. So now we have our line off. I know what it takes to get to it. Let's head on up to the junkyard for the first time in a long while. All right, so here we go. So far I haven't seen anything that old. With the 3100, I don't think there's anything down here. Oh, what is this, Illumina or Monte Carlo? Monte Carlo. Yeah, see, this is the exact same engine. Looks like it's got the exact same setup. Okay, I'm not going to pick that one yet. Let's walk around some more. Ooh, this was leathered out. What was this, an LS or? Yep, LS. Ooh. How? Alright, let's keep walking this way. Oh, what's this? A Corsica. Hey, it's also got the 3100. And it's also got the same line. Wow. We had one of these when I was growing up. I think I kind of mentioned it. What's this have on it? 172. Man. Still kind of what was it, 94? Alright, so there's two to choose from. Man, we got a lot of wrecked things today. Wow. Hold on, got another Lumina next to an Aztec. And yeah, we got another one. This one's up a little higher, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. Let's see. Maybe not. Here's this one. 03. Ooh, that's kind of gross. Looks a lot like the one I had. Ugh, I got another Lumina. How did I not see this one? Oh, we didn't walk down here yet. So I think we got plenty to choose from. This one doesn't have a good hood strut, so that's not going to stay up for us. So we'll rule that one out. So we came across a Buick Century. It's a... Come on, where are you? 2001. And this is also a 3100, but you can tell the newer design of the 3100, it's got the line that still comes up here, but it goes into here. That's where the purge is on the newer ones, compared to where my dad's Grand Prix with the older 31, it's on the back side. So that's why we're trying to stick with, oh boy, the old 31s. Sheesh, apparently the wasps and yellow jackets are still out today. We're in the middle of October. Alright, so let's keep walking. Wow, look at this old Cavalier. Wow. What year is this? 86. Huh. What's the mileage on it? Can't see. Like 101 maybe? 201? It's only 5 digits. Well, the further back at the yard that I go for GM stuff, I'm seeing less and less of the older 31s. Oh, here's another old Cavalier. This one reminds me of my Sunbird. $202,431 miles. Ugh. 92. Wow. I always like the Sunbird better than the Cavalier anyway, even though they're the same exact car. Oh my gosh, fire. Fire! Jeez. Yep, fire. And this row's really tight. Breezy out here today. See, this is a new 3100, newer. It's a Malibu. No. Okay, we'll come through this side. At least I know I have at least 3 to choose from. Man, people busting out windows. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. This is a Grand Am. I can smell the mold. Ew. What is this? 96. That's a fly. Okay. Oh, the mold. Ew. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, it smells so bad under here. But there's a line there. That one, I don't know if I want that one. From where it looks like it's going into the plenum. Might not be good. Where are we walking? We're going that way? I lost track of where we're going. There's another old Grand Am. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that one. Ew. The nice thing about the Grand Ams is the spacing between the firewall and the back of the engine is a little bit spaced. What year is this one anyway? It is also a 96. She's locked. It's got all that crap on it. Ugh. Alright. This is the last row of GMs, by the way, over here. But I think we have some pretty good choices. Suzuki. This one might have, what's this, 97? No, I think that's when they changed it. Oh, look. Look, we have an actual Grand Prix. Ooh. The line is still there. What my dad's gonna look like soon. It's also a 95. What's with all the locked doors? Whoa. That's crazy. Can't see the mileage on it. Looks pretty cruddy. Is this attached? Yeah, this. Maybe not this one in particular. I think that's it. So, we do have quite a few to choose from. I think I'm gonna stick with the ones toward the front that we found earlier, like the red Monte Carlo and a couple of other ones. They seem like they might have been a little bit easier to get to. So maybe we'll just start down there, pull one of them off, take a look at it, see what it's supposed to look like, and go from there. That's what I was expecting to see. So it must have just been completely gone on the other one. That looks pretty good. Success. So just for comparison, I started pulling one off of this Lumina here. And this one here, the grommet's all kind of weird. It's all pushed out and squishy and, you know, probably melting. See, look at that, it's just coming apart. So the one that we pulled from that Monte Carlo is perfect. One thing I noticed is a change in the shape of the line now. So out here, where it goes into the PCV elbow, it's a little more straight. Ooh, backfire. And the one over here is a little more angled, and this is the one that's similar to the one on my dad's. I don't think that's gonna matter. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. If it is, then maybe we could just try to get this grommet off of here and get it onto the existing line. So, I don't know. I think we're done. I think we got what we need. Let's head back. Alright, so here we are back home. Here's the line that we are putting on, hopefully, with our nice, really nice grommet on it. And the used one that came off of this. So you can see how they're kind of different shaped. A little shorter in the back. But I'm wondering if maybe they just improved the design or something. Because, you know, it routes in the same way. It's the exact same engine. So hopefully this will work out. So I'm going to do this off camera, this whole routing thing, getting it plugged in back there, and then finish it up and see what happens. Alright, so the new line is on. It is in there. Everything seems to be fitting just fine, even though it does seem, like I said, the line shape is a little different. The grommet is in there. Just have to tighten this down, but that's not going to affect that, but it's sitting in there. This thing's hooked up over here. It's nice and tight, so that should be good. The evap, you can't see it, can you? You can. So that line's on there. It's where is it? It's underneath that connector. So feels like it's on there pretty far. Doesn't go up as far as the other one did. But it's there. It's on there. I tried pulling it off and it's tight. Plug our connector back in. Did it plug in? Nope. There it is. Alright. So that's in. Everything's hooked up. So let's go ahead and start it up and see what she's gonna do. Not those keys. These keys. Cool. It's cold again, so it's gonna run a little high at first, but nothing crazy. Oh, my bad. I had unplugged the fuel pressure regulator. There we go, that's better. That's tight. Evap line seems to be tight. See, no play. This grommet, I moved more of the throttle body bracket out of the way, and I did not see any remnants of this sitting down in there. So that grommet is long gone. It ended up somewhere in the engine. It's probably all melted and stuff by now. That seems to be a little bit better. So I'm not sure why they changed the shape of the line. This one, like I said, seems to be sitting and fitting in there just fine. So still about a grand. Let's put it in gear. There we go. That seems to be appropriate. Like I said, it's still warming up. Yeah, I think she's good. I think she's good from there. So all that's left is for us to tighten down this throttle cable bracket. Get that started. All right. Okay, so I'll get the other one in. There we go. All right. Usually I've seen them deteriorate or blow it up like the one that we pulled out of that one Lumina for comparison. Like the one in the Aztec, it was like just deteriorating, kind of melted in some weird ways. Wasn't completely missing though, like that one. That's pretty strange. Never seen that one yet until now. Alright, so now we're going to go out and we're going to take it for a shake. Make sure that nothing funny is going to happen. Make sure no service engine light comes on. Even if the service light does come on, I don't have a thing to scan it, you know, but after we did the idle air control, the light went off. It came on after so long of driving the car in a certain, you know, drive cycle, and then since we replaced the IAC, it hasn't been on, so I don't know if it came on this time. It didn't come on for me on the way home. I got some dust on the camera. Tell you what, if you want clean camera shots, this is not the channel for you, because somehow the camera lens is always getting dirty, and I'm sorry. Alright, so far so good. We're at least a couple blocks away from the house. Yeah, I can't believe the amount of views that, or the amount of interest that the last video on this car actually gained. It was one of my more popular videos within the first 24 hours of upload. One of the best ones this year, so I don't know, people still like these old Pontiacs. I forget what these are considered, W bodies? I don't remember. Come to a complete stop. Idle is normal. I guess my dad's goal with this car is to keep it as a winter car for as long as he can, so I think he's gonna try to maybe, you know, milk out as much as he can with this car. We can't do the brakes because the you know, the calipers and everything that holds the calipers on have become one with the steering knuckle. So at least I can't do brakes. It needs brakes. Pads are okay. Rotors are crap, man. They vibrate like crazy. And the back, you know, stuff in the back is making noise. And obviously we've seen the underside of this car in the last video that we did, and it's, you know, it's eventually there's going to be holes everywhere in the floor and stuff. So I don't know. I don't think my dad wants to drive the Cruise in the winter, so he's going to try to keep this thing alive as long as he can. You know, and sadly, this thing deserves to live. It's only got it's about to turn 87,000 miles on us. If it weren't for the body and all the other, you know, suspension and brake stuff that's wrong with it, I mean, this car runs good. It runs great. It's an 87,000 mile car. All right, we have another stop coming. Still at perfect idle. Great. Coming up on an S-curve. I don't know if I would trust a full-on S-curve in this particular car, in this particular condition. We got a stop coming up. Beautiful. All right, and I kept the other line just in case, so if for some reason this particular line decides to like pop off or something, I don't think that's going to be a problem, but I kept the other line, and then maybe we can you know, just try to get maybe the grommet off of this one, or try to find another kind of grommet to put on there if I have to, for some reason, put the original line back on. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though. I think the one that's on there now seems to be fitting pretty well. Still don't know why they redesigned the shape of it. I think that Monte Carlo was a 96 or a 97, so I think this one's proven out to be pretty good so far. She's running like a top. That service engine light would have been on by now, so I think we are good. So I'm gonna head back to my dad's house. I should have grabbed some knobs from another Pontiac when we were out there. I could have gotten him some knobs. Oh well, maybe next time. Check this out, guys. Just gonna turn over as long as the battery on my camera doesn't die. Oh boy, how exciting. How privileged am I to be here to witness another 1,000 miles on this car. Turn over on the odometer. Trying to keep the camera steady. Oh boy. Here it goes. Wow. $87,000 miles. Man, I wish this car was in better shape. Alright guys, just like that, we're back in my own Pontiac. Vacuum leak fixed on the 95 Grand Prix. I have a feeling we're probably going to see more of that car as time goes on. I don't know what all I'm going to be able to do to it. I'm sure we'll see more of it. Running like a top right now, so I think my dad will be happy. And I told him to let me know if anything else comes up. I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go eat, and then I have some Halloween decorations to put up in the yard. We're already a little late in the game on that one. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.